Hi there, folks. Been a little while since I did a video, so I thought I'd do a nice low effort one. Was over at a gun show yesterday in lovely province of Nova Scotia, and I thought I'd show you what I got at the gun show. So might be of interest to some of you, might not be of interest to any of you, but anyway, I guess we'll find out here. So first off, I picked up some old 9mm 9x18mm Makarov ammo, and this stuff is Chinese Norinco. This hasn't been imported in quite a while, to the best of my knowledge. Very basic stuff. Steel case. I think it's a 93, 95 grain bullet. Lead core, steel jacket with a copper wash. So I walked by this stuff a couple of times. The guy's table, I actually didn't really look that close at it. I saw 9mm and I didn't register that it was 9x18 and not 9x19. And so when I finally clued in that this was Makarov ammo, I had a closer look, and this stuff was $10 a box, so I picked up 4 boxes. In retrospect, I probably should have bought all of the stuff that he had. I think he had about maybe 8 or 9 boxes. I probably should have cut a deal on the whole works, but I didn't. I got 4 boxes, but maybe he'll be at the next gun show, so we'll see. One of the other things I was looking for was some 25 auto ammo, because I picked up a 25 auto there a couple of months ago, and ammo for these things is really hard to find. There are very few people who shoot these in Canada, so due to licensing requirements, they are quite a rare thing. So anyway, got this box of Federal. I think it's a little bit older stuff, probably 15, 20-year-old box. It looks kind of ridiculous in that big tray, doesn't it? It looks almost like a tray of primers rather than a tray of loaded rounds, with your little tiny 50 grain full metal jacket bullet. Anyway, I'm glad to get a box of that. The vendor had 2 boxes, and I thought, well, I'll try one. He'll probably be at the next gun show if I want to get another box. I'm trying to find some reloading gear for this caliber. Paid $34 with tax for that box, so not cheap, but anyway, he had it and nobody else did, so I was glad to get that. Got some gunpowder. This was a good find, a good buy. Bullseye, the old reliable Bullseye. There's a sealed container, 1 pound container. Good to get that. Looks like it's been stored somewhere damp, probably in someone's basement, but that won't hurt any. So not a new container, but a new-ish style of container. What is the product code say on the bottom there for date? Anyway, it wouldn't bother me if this stuff was old. It's not super old. Bullseye has a super long shelf life, so I don't really worry about that. We got a second jug. This one was opened, but the powder's fine, and it's missing about 3 ounces. I weighed it out, so most of a pound, and those 2 were $40 for the pair of them. And the same guy, a little bit later on, I had looked at this can of 231. This is an older can of Winchester 231, and he said he had $20 on it, and he said, "You can have that for 10." And which was actually not a bad deal, because it's a little more than half full. It's got 9 ounces in it, but 9 ounces of powder for $10 nowadays, can't really go wrong. I have other partial can of 231. This stuff is fine. Inside the can's shiny, the powder smells great, so I'll just add it to the other can. So good deal on that as well. Let's see, what else did we get? Picked up a Packmeyer grip for a Smith & Wesson K or L frame. I was looking for one of those. I had robbed one of the grips I had on one of my Llama revolvers and stuck it on a Model 10 that I picked up over the summer, so I wanted to get another one of those to replace it. I like those grips, so $10, can't go wrong there. Those are a good grip, and that's a quite a reasonable price. Let's see, what else do we have here? So, I was looking through a box of stuff that I like to do, and there were these 3 pistol rugs in there, and the guy that owned it, he said, oh, they're $5 each, and then he picked the 3 of these out, and he said, if you want all 3, you can have them for $10. So this one's a Browning branded one, so just looks like new inside. I think these came from an estate. Anyway, I like these. They're pretty good for storage. You might not think so with the vinyl, but in my experience, I don't know, I think they might be treated with something inside, but I've never had anything rust when stored in these. So there's a small one, which is nice, and then 2 of these larger ones. This one's also Browning branded. I think they come out of the same factory, but same vinyl. This one's been used a bit more. It's got a bit more fouling on the inside, but that won't hurt it any. Like I said, I've used these over the years, and I've never had anything rust that was put in them. I think they might have a silicone treatment or something. So as long as everything's dry when it goes away, these are proven to be pretty good for storage. Excuse me. And the final one, which looks basically identical, except this one's Copeland branded, so it's probably a little bit cheaper for somebody to buy. This one looks brand new. Oh, and there's a piece of paper in there. Browning Nomad, made in Belgium, value $4.50. This probably was that out of that estate. The guy probably who had this stuff probably had the gun stored in it with a little piece of paper, so that, you know, if something happened to them, they would know what the stuff was worth. So anyway, sometimes it's kind of sad to get stuff from estates, but might as well put it to a good use, and it was a good deal. What else have we got here? Oh, this was probably the best deal of all the stuff that I got. So it's an older gentleman. He said, I'm just cleaning up stuff that I don't want, and that's always, you know, good to hear when you're in a shopping mode. So he had some 7.62 some PPU on his table. And I said, what do you want for that? Because there was no, well, there was the original price on this, but there was no prices on some of these. Anyway, he said, I'll make you a deal on this you can't refuse. So that's what I like to hear. So he started going through the pile of ammo. So this is the 182 grain full metal jacket boat tail stuff. There's 3 boxes of that. And that's kind of my favorite 7.62 factory load. There was a box of this Bell brand, which is, was it from Bosnia and Herzegovina? This stuff, 148 grain soft point, so there was a box of that. So this is all boxer primed, non-corrosive stuff. There was also this MTM slip top box that had 16 rounds of the Bosnian soft point stuff in it. So there's that. And then there was a box of surplus. This is not the original box. Somebody repackaged this. This is, I don't know if that's Chinese or if it's Russian stuff. I haven't looked at the head stamp too close, but that's a Czech box, but the ammo in it is not Czech. So that's a full box. And then there was this as well, so a few more rounds of that surplus stuff, and 3 rounds of Czech light ball, and 1 lonely corroded looking round of 30-30 Winchester. So all that, and he said $40 for all of it. So I took a $50 bill out of my wallet and I gave it to him, and I said, that's okay, I don't need any change. You're giving me a heck of a deal. I think that what's 124 rounds, I think is what that works out to, and most of it is non-corrosive boxer prime stuff, so that's a pretty sweet deal. I have 1 partial box of Winchester Western 25 ACP. There was like maybe, I don't know, 20 rounds in that I got from the same gentleman. I don't have it here in front of me at the moment. Anyway, he gave me that for $5 as well. And let's see, what's the final thing we got? You know, there's always some surplus stuff at gun shows, at least there usually is. And I picked up this British cold weather hat. It looks to be brand new, by the looks of it. Got your super sexy ear flaps there. Actually a double set of them. It's got flaps that fold down, that normally would be down, and then the big long ones. So winter weather's coming along, so this will be a good one for out in the woods, out at the range, walking the dogs. And the benefit of this kind of a hat is that if you see anybody, they stay away from you because they think you're one of those, you know, crazy people. So anyway, so I got that, and that's a nice hat. I wasn't sure. I thought it was Dutch at first, but looking at it a little closer when I got home, turns out that it's a British hat. So it's got some kind of a Gore-Tex type lining, and it's got it's this large size, which fits my fat head, which is nice because a lot of times you go to buy surplus hats or something, and they're tiny little things. Anyway, so there's my goodies from the gun show. It was nice to get out and talk to the boys at the show and just, have a poke around. Looked at a couple of different guns, but didn't buy them. Probably should have bought one of them. It might be at the next gun show, but we'll see. I might want to sell. I have a duplicate, which is why I didn't buy it. So maybe if I sell my duplicate, maybe I'll take the money and put it towards this nicer example. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you later.